There is one stock that is about to skyrocket. This company is in the senior housing real estate space. So think the real estate that senior housing development is built on. It's a boring market. The margins are relatively good, which is a weird way to say, people who age and go to senior housing facilities pay a lot. The company is Welltower, ticker symbol WELL. $2+ billion of revenue, up 20% plus year over year, and they invested $23 billion in a new real estate. It's a REIT, a real estate investment trust. So this is a way to invest in real estate without having to be more hands-on. It's not financial advice, but the market's pretty ugly. After yesterday, as the time of this video. Massive down day right as the government's reopening. So maybe some worry that the government data that comes out isn't going to be super strong. This company is holding up. It's actually breaking out even as all of this data comes out. It's relatively liquid, $400 or $500 million traded per day. So enough of my talking head. Let's jump into the chart and about what this company does.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
So here's the story. 23 billion of investment activities. That's a lot. And here's the numbers here. A net operating income 15% year over year, but the big number is this 2 billion in revenue, 30% growth year over year. So that's a big deal. Same store is a little weird, bit of a weird way to measure it, but they're calling these housing senior facilities stores, kind of like different retail locations, but the income grew, and in particular, the senior housing portfolio had a 20% year-over-year increase. So I guess this REIT covers more than just senior housing, but it seems like that's the majority of it. I guess it also has some healthcare providers, which makes more sense given the same store terminology. And they're in a lot of different countries, US, Canada, and the UK. So out of Ohio, Buffett's out of wherever he's out of Kansas. Someone's going to correct me in the comments, but he just wrote his last letter. High institutional ownership, which isn't as big a deal for a non-biotech, non-healthcare medical device company, but still always great to see that as an investor. And here's some competitors. VTR, very similar, senior housing, and Peak, which is more in maybe a little more medical focus. So we'll take a look at these quickly. VTR, strong earnings reaction. Peak, load, Schwab. We can take a look at this on a one-day chart so it loads a little more smoothly, right? I don't know if this company is still around, if we're being honest. So I guess we just have really VTR to look at. Omega Healthcare and CTRE, OHI and CTRE. Those look relatively strong, not the best reaction here. But in terms of timing, like all these REITs are relatively strong, right? These housing REITs over the past year. And this one's no exception, pretty massive run, even as tariffs went down, like almost no correlation besides this nasty move down with the worst of it to the market. So it's gone on a huge tear, but notably after a bunch of green days in a row going sideways, forming a level around 190 and change. So pretty clear opportunity to buy it over that level. Super interesting spot. You never know if you're late to the party once a stock already breaks out like this. And I wish we could look at it. Yeah, we can look at it on a 24-hour chart just to see a little more clearly how this is already broken out. Definitely today was the day, right? But if we look at some of the pre-market and after-hours prints, you can see it's sort of been foretelling that, and it's really not really broken out over this 195 high that's up here. So that's why I'm still mentioning it, even though, of course, in a perfect world, you get in on one of these tight days and then you just hold for a few days, and then you get the benefit of, being in the money and already being up a few percent, or whatever it is, 1%, on this big up day. It's not a fast stock. It was 2% a day, so it's not super fancy, flashy, but man, has this thing gone up, and strong hold after this earnings sell-off. Very clearly a flag. I don't know what else to say. Try to find another flag in the market right now. I dare you. So talked about those similar stocks. There's other REITs as well that may or may not be helpful. AHR and GMRE. I don't know how clearly these represent the theme, but their earnings reactions look okay. Up a little. So that's good. And as far as this company in general, one thing we have to worry about, I guess, is senior housing demand if we're investing in this company. Rental leases, the real estate market as a whole. So I'm not a real estate guy, I'll be real with you. But I don't think there's anything totally large looming on the horizon. I mean, obviously, commercial real estate has been headed off a cliff for a while now, unless you're in a very popular, like, luxury market for that. So, foot traffic is low. But senior housing, that's kind of traffic is not going to slow down anytime soon, as far as I understand it. Maybe in 20 years, they'll have a change when there's fewer people aging, but this is definitely not a 20-year opportunity. Just a strong Q3, super strong move this year, big reinvestment, $23 billion, and I don't think we really have to worry about too much given the chart. The chart kind of tells the story. So, you know what? In fact, I initially thought this was an oil and gas stock because of oil and gas is also doing well, but senior housing and big flag. So that's the idea. If you like these ideas, hit that like button. If you want a free course on how to buy stocks, hit that subscribe. And if you want a Discord trial, head over to stockscommunity.com. You can try that for $25. See you in the next one.
This is Sam Putnam. This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.
This is Sam Putnam.